Hey guys, welcome back to the garage and to Saturday Spotlight. Today on the bench we have the AMT 1972 Chevrolet C-10, and this truck comes from this kit right here, the Coca-Cola version. And I've got a bunch of stuff in this box here, extra parts and stuff, but come from this version. And now this depicts obviously the Cheyenne, got all your extra trim on it and everything, and all your Cheyenne badges, fancy interior and everything. So the truck comes from this kit. But I depicted this one as my one-to-one truck. I know I've done a couple shorts on my truck, so some of you might have already seen it on my shorts, but I'm going to attach a still picture of my truck in its shape that it is on the end of this video here. But this one obviously is way better shape than what my truck is. But I said, you know what? In miniature, I can have it in the condition I want, and this is it, like a fully restored truck. Now, I did several alterations on this so it could represent mine better. Now, the one interesting thing about this is these mirrors on here. My truck actually has this same style of mirror on it, so that was pretty cool that those were in the kit, and didn't have some other style of sport mirror. Some of these trucks, would have come with had the West Coast mirrors on it and everything, or whatever like that. But did some alterations to this truck to get it like mine. Now, this model, the kit comes with the V8, and it's with automatic transmission, and it's got just the bumper on the back is just more like a flush bumper. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up here and show you what I've done to this one to alter it. Now, these are, and I get my pointer over here, come back in a minute. Now these wheels, these are like the rallies like I've got on my truck. These would be like on your later than 72 square bodies usually, and they might have used them up into the early mid 80s too. I'm not exactly sure when the starting cutoff point was on those, but these are I want to say these wheels are Olsen Brothers resin wheels, I believe. And so I wanted to go with those because that's the wheels I've got on my real truck. And then really love this, that the kit comes with the decals for the side marker lights. So that's cool too right there. Adds that much more realism. And then the front, what I've done with this, I just masked off the grill here, and I painted the bumper white, which is like what mine is. And then just black washed the grill there a little bit. Mixed a little gray paint in there with it, because that egg crate grill, they called that, was actually gray, and then tried to show the shadow in behind it there, and then the emblem there, the bow tie on the front. And then just moving on around, the other thing that I've done on this truck was I took all the trim off the side. Any bit of trim that it had on it, I completely smoothed it off. So that's got really nice smooth sides on it, because mine was plain Jane, didn't have any of the extra trim on it. Now, the other thing, mine says Custom 10 right here. If I can ever find decals that say Custom 10, or might even be able to take a picture of mine and then have somebody make some decals, I'll put the Custom 10 right here to be like the actual truck. Now, the only thing is the bucket seats. This has bucket seats. Mine has a bench seat, but with the way that interior bucket is, I'm like, why not just go ahead and do the bucket seats in it, and it saved it just a little bit extra work and time on that. And then coming around to the back, this bumper is not a kit piece. This is another Olsen Brothers drop rear step bumper. It actually come with, I think it come with 3 hitch balls, but that's a resin piece there. And my truck has the drop step bumper just like that. And then these decals here, guys, it is not straight at all. I did that a couple times and just struggled with it, so I said, you know what, it is what it is. But these letters came out of the 60 Chevy truck right here, those individual letters. So I took the we had the Chevrolet here was actually molded in with the tailgate. So I smoothed all that off and then put just the plain Jane letters on the back there, which has been like stamped in the tailgate originally. And then just moving around, and we'll go to the engine here. This was a fun truck to build because I had a instant reference point out in the driveway, so this was fun to build. Put the 6-cylinder in it. This kit comes with the V8, but mine has a 250 6-cylinder. And then I took this here master cylinder is the kit one, which the kit one actually is a non-power, which kind of is odd, I guess, for the Cheyenne, because I figured with the Cheyenne model, you probably would have had power brakes with it, but I don't know that 100%. But the engine here is also out of the 60 Chevy truck. A couple things I had to do with this one, though. I wired it up. The couple things I had to do, I had to relocate the distributor. See that? Because the distributor's set back here on the 60, and the one on mine on the 72 is up forward here. So I relocated that, and I put a coil there, about, knocking the camera over here, about where it is on my truck, roughly. And then just run the plug wires, run the heater hoses to it, and the battery cables. And now the only thing with this one, this is actually, and I believe even for the V8, this is actually incorrect, because these had side tanks on these 72s. And the battery's incorrect. Those would have been a side post battery. So I just kind of did with what the kit had, just kind of built it up like that. And the inner fenders, the way they did these, those were actually incorrect. That's more styled like the 60, 64, right in that ballpark, because these would have been round. Now the Jimmy kit has actually the correct style. So I guess if you really wanted to, you could probably swap front ends, the doghouse on them. I mean, I don't know how much extra work it would be if you want to go a little bit more accurate. But with this one, I just mainly built it out of the box and then added my own touches to it. And then this is the kit air cleaner for that. Now, on my real one, I have since put power brakes on mine. And so I had to get a whole different air cleaner style, because now the master cylinder on the real one sits way out here. So I had to go with that extra air cleaner top. Now my air cleaner sits over this way, but on the real one. But there's the washer bottle there, and that's in the kit. And then what I did with this, now this engine for the 60 Chevy actually is with a manual transmission. But being that mine has the 350 turbo transmission in mine, what I did with it is I just took and I cut the transmission off of the engine, off of the 6-cylinder and off the V8, and then I just mated this automatic back up to this 6-cylinder. So now I still have the 350 turbo tranny. And then mine has just a single exhaust on it. So what I did here is I just didn't bother detailing this. And just a fast glance, you just see that one exhaust. So, and then what I did here, I cut this pipe off back here so it wouldn't, you wouldn't see it under like you do here. You see that tailpipe, you wouldn't see that. You don't see that on the other side. So it just gives you the illusion that there's not even a pipe there. So this was a fun build, guys, because I do have a truck actually like this right now. And the other thing I had to do with this, guys, if any of you guys have built these trucks, these beds never line up right. I don't know what it is about the kit, but they just don't line up. And then I think I talked about this on another video one time, but when you do get it together, this bed actually is down like this. Now this is exaggerated what I'm doing here, but it's actually down. So what I ended up doing, I ended up taking, and it doesn't matter really if you use square or round. I think I just used a piece of round styrene, like right along here between the frame and the bed, right there. I just kind of sized it up, just took a couple different sizes of styrene that I had and put it on there till I got the right. Now that pretty much, if you look down the side, let me move my thumb here. If you look down the side, now that gives that pretty much a leveled out look there. So that's one thing. You always kind of got to monkey around with them a little bit. I have found it easiest to assemble the bed first before you ever paint it, because you might need to do some tweaking here and there with it. I figure if you wait till you paint it, and then you end up dinking your paint up and everything. And so I just found it easier to assemble the bed, you know, before painting it. And then once you get it together, then it paints really. I mean, it's easier to paint, and then everything's covered evenly, if that makes any sense. And then what I did with the interior, if you can, I don't know if you can see it through this picture or not. Let me see if I can turn it sideways here. See what we get there. I don't know. It's going to have a hard time coming out. I'm trying to get the best angle for you. Yeah, right there. Okay, see what I did here? I actually installed a column shifter right there, because mine is a column shift and it's got a turn signal lever. I added a turn signal lever to that because, you know, that in the kit they give you the steering wheel with nothing on it. They don't give you a floor shifter. They don't give you the shifter for the column or anything. So I just made one up, and I put some, if you can see them there, some Chevy bow tie decals on the floor mats. And I actually made floor mats for it out of styrene. You got injector pin marks down in there, and that just, by doing something like that, it just completely covers them up. If you try to remove them, you lose the texture of the carpet, and I think it just ends up making it look better all the way around. But yeah, that's it, guys. It was a pretty simple build. Now, when I got my truck, it had the white walls on the outside, but I just opted. I have the black walls now. I think they're like a Dextero tire is what they are. I got them from Walmart, and they're a black wall. So that's what I went with on this. But yeah, just a fun truck. Was glad to see that re-released. I'll throw this hood back on here, and then I'm going to let this guy spin around for you. Was glad to see that thing re-released because, guys, I'd always wanted one of these trucks. I mean, in real life, because my dad had two of them. He had a 72 V8, 3-speed on the column, and he had a red 69 6-cylinder with 3-speed on the column. And I just fell in love with those trucks back as a little kid. I just liked them. I think mainly because, you know, we did so much in them. I just kind of got attached. I associated pickup trucks with that model. So I'd always wanted one. And then they're back in the mid-late 90s. They had that, the Cheyenne version that was yellow and white on the box art. So I bought one of them, and I did it like my dad's blue one because I didn't have my truck yet. And then, like I said, I got my truck, and was glad to see them re-release this kit because I wanted to build one like mine. So, but guys, I guess that's really all I've got to show and tell about that one. AMT 1972 Chevy, turned into a plain Jane C-10, stripped of all the extra trim and everything, and just depicts a good old truck. And mine's still a workhorse. I use it to haul wood and drive it. I don't drive it every day. It's got some things it's going to be needing taken care of, but still fun. And, you know, mine's rusty, but it doesn't matter. That thing still turns heads, and I get compliments on it all the time. So it's a fun truck to drive. It's fun to have around. Piece of history, and I just wanted to recreate that in scale and have one to put on the shelf. So, all right, guys, that's about all I got for this one. So we'll close it out. Again, if you guys like the video, please give me a like, share, subscribe, and thank you, subscribers. I appreciate it. Thank you guys who watched my videos, and all of the good stuff. So with that, I'm going to close it on out for now. We'll see you next Saturday with another Saturday Spotlight. So this is Eric from Eric's Model Garage. You guys have a great day. God bless you, and happy modeling.